Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the dishwasher's water supply underneath the sink. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out the Whirlpool dishwasher pump motor. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new pump motor. The pump motor circulates the water through the dishwasher. The main reason you'll be changing it out is if the motor's failed and the water's not circulating, or it's damaged and you're getting water leaking on the floor. In order to change the part, we have to pull the dishwasher out of the cabinets. First thing we're going to do is go underneath the sink and disconnect the lines. Now that we're underneath the cabinets, you want to make sure that the dishwasher is still unplugged, and you may want to throw a towel down. When we take off the fill line and the drain hose, there's going to be some water that comes out. First, we're going to disconnect the fill line. It's connected right here to the hot water valve. You want to make sure the water valve is off, and then we're going to use our 5/8" wrench to loosen up the hose. Once you have it broke free, you can just reach in and unscrew it by hand. Once you have it off, you can just set it down, and then we can take off the drain hose. To take the drain hose off, you just want to follow it up to wherever it goes. It may go to the garbage disposal. Ours goes up to the air gap. Once you locate the end of it, we're going to take a 5/16" nut driver and loosen up the clamp. Once you have the clamp loose, you can pull it free and set it down. Once you have the lines disconnected, you can open up the dishwasher door and pull out the lower rack. Once you have it out, you can lift it off and set it aside. Now that we have the lower dish rack out of the way, we can reach in and take the spray arm out. All I have to do is grab this nut and turn it 90 degrees so it unlocks. Once you have it unlocked, we can lift it out and pull it out of the dishwasher. With the spray arm out of the way, we have to reach in and take this base off. There's a locking tab right here that we have to lift up on and then turn it counterclockwise a little bit. And then as you're turning this assembly, there's a couple locking tabs on this water feed hose that we just have to release and then turn the assembly while the hose is coming out. Once you have the hose out, you can turn it the rest of the way and lift it out and set it aside. We can reach in and carefully pull the diverter out. Now that we have the diverter out, we can use a Phillips screwdriver to take out the screws that hold the dishwasher to the countertop. Now that we have the screws out, you can lift up on the door and use it to carefully pull the dishwasher out of the cabinets. Once you have it started, you can grab the frame and pull it out the rest of the way. Once you have the dishwasher out, we're going to put a towel down on the floor to protect the floor and catch any water that may come out. When we lay the dishwasher on its side, all I have to do is carefully lay the dishwasher down. Now that we have the dishwasher on its side, we have access to the pump motor. It's mounted here on the sump. We're going to put a towel down to catch any extra water that may come out when we take it apart. First, we're going to take the diverter motor off. We're not going to take the wires off because we're just going to swing it out of the way. So we're going to use the Torx 15 driver to take out the screws. Once you have the screws out, there's a little locking tab right here we have to press. Once you have it released, you can just swing it out of the way and set it down. Now we can remove the wiring harness off the top of the pump motor. We're just going to use a small flathead screwdriver to lift up on the locking tab. You can pull it out. Now we have to take the hose clamp off so we can pull the hose off the sump here. Normally these are installed with crimp-on hose clamps that can't be reused, so you would have to cut this one off with a wire cutter so we could pull it off the sump. Somebody's been in here and changed this before, so we have just regular screw type clamps. So we're going to use the 1/4" nut driver to loosen up this clamp. But if you have the crimp-on style, you can just cut it off with the wire cutters. Once you have the clamp loose, we can pull the pump motor off the sump. As you're pulling it off, you want to pull on the pump motor away from the bottom of the dishwasher. So the little clip right here comes out of the housing. Once you have it free, we're going to rotate it around, and then we have to take these wire harnesses out of this holder. Once you have the wires out, you can pull the pump motor out of the dishwasher. Here's the old pump motor next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at appliancepartspros.com. You can see that the new motor comes with the squeeze type clamps. This is what comes from the factory on the original ones. We're going to change this out and put this screw style clamp on. If you have the tool to do this type of squeeze clamp, you can just use these squeeze clamps. Otherwise, you can order a new screw clamp from us. Before you put the new pump motor in, you want to make sure you get all the fittings wet. It's going to make it slide in a little bit easier. We're going to rotate it over and grab these wire harnesses and put them into the clip here. Once you have them in, we're going to put the mounting tab up into the sump. Once you get that past the lip, then we're going to push up on the pump motor a little bit so it goes straight into the seal in the sump. And at the same time, you have to make sure this hose is lined up and going onto the sump. Once you have it seated all the way, we can grab the 1/4" nut driver and tighten down the clamp. Then we can put the diverter motor in. All you have to do is lift it up and turn it over, and you want to make sure the shaft goes up into the sump. As you're pushing this up into the sump, this shaft has to go through a seal at the top. If it looks like you can't push it all the way down so that the mounting points are flush with the screw holes, then you may not have that lined up. So you want to make sure that goes straight through the middle without any resistance. Once you have it in place, we can use the Torx 15 driver to put the screws in. Now we can put the dishwasher back up on its feet. Once you have the dishwasher back up on its feet, you can pull the towel out. Now we have to reach underneath and put the lines through the cabinets. We want to push the dishwasher in about halfway. Then we can go underneath the sink and pull on the lines to make sure they're not caught on anything. Then we can push the dishwasher in the rest of the way. Now we can reconnect the drain hose to the air gap. Once you have it pushed up into place, we're going to use our 5/16" nut driver to tighten down the clamp. Once you have the drain line hooked up, we can hook up the water line. All you have to do is get it started by hand. Once you have it snug, we can reach in with our 5/8" wrench to tighten it down so it doesn't leak. Once you have the lines reconnected, you can open up the dishwasher door and use the Phillips screwdriver to put in the screws that hold the dishwasher to the countertop. Now that we have the screws in, we can put the parts back on the sump. We can put the diverter back on. There's a little cutout that you can see. You have to line up with the tab right here on the shaft. So when you set it down, you want to make sure that that's lined up. And if you have to, you can turn it so it lines up and drops into place. Once you have the diverter in, we can put the spray arm mount in. Just going to set it into place, and you may have to push the supply hose out of the way. And you want to line up these 2 points right here. And then get your hose kind of started in here. And then as you turn it, make sure you guide this in here so it locks into place. And you want to make sure you turn it far enough so it locks in. Once you have the base in place, you can put the spray arm back in. Just going to line it up and set it onto the base. Once you have it in place, we're going to turn it clockwise 90 degrees to lock it on. Once you have it on, the spray arm should spin freely. Then we can put the lower dish rack back in. To put the rack in, all you have to do is set it on the door and push it in. Once you have it in, you can close the dishwasher door. Then we can plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.